Hey guys, happy Friday. So remember, you have a quiz this coming Monday, and that is just going to be on the topics that you've learned so far on statistics. Okay, so in your TOC 66, the list of topics is out there. Go back, review the work, reach out to us if you need any help, and really do your best to study and reflect on, hey, is this kind of easy for me to do? I'm pretty set. No, I'm still in the struggle. That just means that you need to work a little bit more in the process to get to that point where it feels more comfortable. So I'm just going to do a little bit of review, and let's start. I am, of course, trying new things always. So have patience with me. Okay, so here we are in the warm up, and it is asking you which data has a higher standard deviation and which data has a higher mean. All right, so we have data set A and data set B. All right, so remember, mean is X with a line over it. And the standard deviation, if they don't tell us which one, we're going to assume it is the whole population, not just the sample size. Okay, all right, so I'm going to use my calculator. Let me get out of this. Okay. And all right, hopefully you can see that. Oh, let me see if I can erase this. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. So I have two sets of data, and I am going to, all right, I'm going to use this calculator in order to help me. Now, remember, make sure that you have access to a calculator. There's a lot of free versions, but that would be very helpful to you in the test. All right, so data set A. So we have 5, 10, 15, and 20. First of all, the distance between the numbers tells me the standard deviation is probably going to be kind of high, and with data set B, it's from like 0 to 40. So data set B is probably going to have a higher standard deviation because whatever the average, the numbers are just further apart, right? Okay, so that's good to kind of just know and get yourself anchored in. All right, so let's do data set A. We're going to go to stat, edit, because we're just putting in the numbers. And there's numbers already here. So I'm going to go up to L1 and press clear followed by the enter button. And that just clears everything. So now I'm going to put 5, 10, 15, and 20. Okay. And let's just go back to stat. So once I have my list in, I'm going to go back to stat, and now I'm going to calculate the information that they want. All right. So I'm going to use this button. If you see where my mouse is, scroll over to calculate, and one variable. I only have one set of numbers, right? One set of numbers. So enter, and then enter, enter, and then it says calculate. Definitely want to do that. So this X with the bar over it is your mean, right? So I can say here, let's see if I can annotate again. Maybe not. Where did that go? Okay, annotate. Okay, so I know that my mean is, what is it, 12.5? Oops. 12.5. Okay, and then my standard deviation, and again, remember, this is the sample size, but if they don't tell us, I'm assuming it's everything. It's the entire population. Okay, so the standard deviation is 5.5. And remember, we are expecting data set B to be a little higher, and let me round that to 5.6. Okay. We're expecting the next one to be a little bit higher because the numbers, there's more variation, right? The numbers are a little bit further apart. Okay, so we've done that first one, and now let's do B. Okay. So, oops. Oy. All right. So we have data set B. Let's see how to move this over a little bit. Again, I told you you're going to need patience with me. Thank you, guys. All right. So I need to erase this. All right. Try to ignore the writing because I don't know how to erase it right now. Oh, wait. Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to go through exactly the same steps. Stat, edit. I'm going to scroll up and press clear followed by enter to clear that list. And I'm going to put 0, 0, 10, 40. Oh, oops, I just put 4. That will throw off my data. 40, oops, 40, enter. Okay, cool. So I've got 0, 0, 10, and 40. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to go back to stat to calculate and scroll over so that I'm trying to point at my screen. That doesn't work. Look at my mouse. Going to calculate by using this arrow button. Again, one variable. I just have one set of data. I don't have like an X and a Y. I just have one set. Enter, enter, enter. Here, my, okay. Let's make this green because why not? All right, so my mean is X equals 12.5. Oh, interesting. So my mean is exactly the same, right? Am I making that up? Oh, X with a bar over it, the mean. And then my standard deviation is, it is higher. Remember, we kind of thought it would be. So that's 16.39. So that would round to 16.4. Okay. So thank you, calculator. So the higher standard deviation, oh, I erased this one. The higher standard deviation would be set B, right? And the higher mean, I think that I'm remembering this correctly, but if I wrote down something else, please change it. But I think the mean was the same for both of them, right? So you can have the same mean, but have wildly different deviations, right? Like how far apart the numbers are from that mean. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. All right, and again, we've got to clear this. All right, cool. Okay, so here we are creating a box and whisker plot. Remember, the important thing is that you have all of these numbers evenly spaced. So if I want to start here and say, hey, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can space them by 5s, you can space them by 2s, you can space them whatever, but they have to be the same distance in between all of those different dash marks, okay? All right, so the minimum value is 2. So I find 2 and I put a line above 2. First quartile is 4, so I put another line here. And remember, I connect that with a whisker, right? Where's my cat? He would be helpful now. He's got whiskers. Okay. First quartile, we got that. Median, the middle number, is 5. Third quartile, that's like the 75th, like you've got 75% of the numbers so far. That's your third quartile, that's 7. Oops. Okay, not super neat, but work with me. And then the maximum is over here, 10. So between the first, median, and third quartile, that's where you make your box. Okay, and then the whiskers come in connecting that box with the minimum and maximum values. The inner quartile range is the third quartile, which is 7, minus the first quartile. So the interquartile range would be 3. And if I just want to know the range, it takes so long to write. Okay, if I just want to know the range, that's the highest number in your data set, the maximum, minus the minimum. So that would be 8. You can't calculate that with your calculator. You just have to know what those are and how to get them. Okay. All right, so I'm going to clear this. If you need to write it down. Clear that. Get rid of that. And next slide. Okay, so here, which one has the largest range? Okay, so larger range of data comparing set A to set B. Remember, that's the maximum minus the minimum. So here, the maximum it goes to is 7. The minimum right here that it goes to is 0. So 7 minus 0 would be 7. So the range here is 7. All right, here, the highest it goes to is 6. The lowest it goes to is 2. All right, so 6 minus 2 is 4. So in data set B, your range is 4. Okay, so you could even show that math when it says because when I did 7 minus 0, right, the maximum minus the minimum, I got a higher range value here than over here. But it would be data set A. Okay, so I'm going to clear this. Let go of that. Okay, so that's it for right now. Questions, comments, concerns, you guys know what to do. Reach out. We want you to be the most successful as possible on any test, any quiz, any understandings. So reach out, and we look forward to hearing from you and seeing how you do on the next test. All right, now